Okay, so I guess we can start. So hello everyone, I am Xavier Salazar from the HiPEAC talent management team. Thanks everyone for joining this session. And well, I will pass the word to António Louro, as well from the HiPEAC talent management team, who will actually chair and manage the whole session and explain everything. So thanks a lot, António, and thanks as well the rest of the panel people to the contributions that for being here, and also thanks everyone that has joined this session. Hopefully it's going to be very interesting for you, and well, hope you can also contribute. There will be at the end of the session some discussion, and well, hopefully we can also get you active on it. Okay, so António, please.
Thank you, Xavi. Thank you everyone for coming. I also want to extend my thanks to all the speakers and to all of you students that are joining us. Mostly, we hope we can share with you an interesting session, and that you in 2 hours when you go out, hopefully you've learned something, and well, it contributed to something. So this is the Inspiring Future Career session. Unfortunately, it's not in Tampere as we would like it to be, but well, we have to adapt to the current times, and we are doing this online session. Thank you all for coming. So first, I will introduce HiPEAC. By the way, my name is António Louro, as Xavi said. I'm from the talent management team as HiPEAC, and I will present the opportunities currently that we have. Afterwards, I'll give the word to Yari as Tampere University, and to Paulina for Robocoast. And then, of course, our partner companies, Dyme Solutions, VireLabs, CrossControl, Fastems, Wirepas. And in the end, we'll have a small discussion and about innovative technologies and career paths, and well, what is coming and what currently is disrupting the industries. And yeah, Paulina and Pirita from Robocoast will moderate this session. So thanks a lot to everyone that is joining us. For the Q&A, all of you are welcome to put your questions. I think in the Zoom chat you have an option for questions and answers. Feel free to use it. I will check the most interesting questions and the ones that can't be answered by the companies in the end of their presentations. We'll save them for last if we have time. In the discussion, if you want to participate, please feel free to use the raise your hand option in Zoom and actively participate. Okay, so let's talk about careers. As most of you, I was a student not so long ago as well, and this is an interesting topic because, well, we have a lot of options, we have a lot of opportunities, and so it's always difficult to choose and to follow a path. So, of course, there are these 3 main options: academia, industry, or entrepreneurship. As you can be a genius researcher, or a university professor, maybe just a senior engineer, or just an entrepreneurial team leader that will change the world. And well, this session, hopefully we can help you to get a better understanding and a better idea of what you can do. And so, yeah, what can HiPEAC do to help you to do that? HiPEAC is a network of about 2,000 European experts in advanced computing and high performance. We currently are spread around the world and have several partners around the world. And well, this session is just to show you what kinds of activities, what kind of services HiPEAC can provide you, students, and as well as companies to grow in your career. For this, we have many options like job walls, mobility, internships, and collaboration grants in several facilities. We organize several dedicated days in many events around Europe. We have some roadshow activities. Unfortunately, well, right now because of the pandemic, we can do it. And student challenges and, well, a lot of sessions. We have as well a magazine with all the recent updates in research and development of embedded systems and high processing computers. But all of these services are meant to promote a researcher or a student's career growth. So we have 4 main events per year. This one is one of them. It's the Computer Systems Week. We have one in spring and autumn. Unfortunately, we had to cancel the spring one because of the pandemic. So we are doing this one right now. We also have, just for students, the Acacia Summer School, which focuses on workshops, on several discussion sessions, mainly in HPC and cyber physical systems and, well, computing, focused on students. And as well the HiPEAC conference, which is one of the biggest in these fields. And it will happen virtual in January, unfortunately. Yes, as I said, it was supposed to be in Budapest, but this year it will be virtual. And well, Budapest will have to wait until 2022. Here, we are planning to do some new things. A different STEM day is coming. That means that there won't be the usual job walls and conference and discussion with job opportunities with partners, but we have some special activities adapted to the virtual setup. So please stay tuned and expect some news in the future. Well, but what can we do exactly for students? Well, at HiPEAC, you can use the HiPEAC Jobs portal to find the most interesting career opportunities. You can get advice and information from, well, top companies and research institutes. We have more than 400 companies and institutes in our network right now. Of course, you can do an international internship completely funded by the HiPEAC. And you can learn from the most renowned computer systems and researchers in Europe, as you can do collaboration grants with them, find out about the latest computing systems research, and of course, publicize your thesis and present papers in our events. About the internships. The internships are a new service, are a service that HiPEAC provides throughout the years. It will be open all year long, and companies are invited to promote an internship for 3 months for students, completely funded by the HiPEAC program. Companies can participate just uploading their internship. They will receive many applications from students, and then just have to talk to us and communicate with us, so we can check the benefits and funding for them. This year, as a special option, of course, we'll have remote and virtual internships available. So even if you're in one part of Europe, you can do a virtual internship in a company elsewhere. Collaboration grants actually will end tomorrow, but here's the information anyway. As well, it's a three-month program where you can do research in an institute or in a company funded by HiPEAC as well. You just have to submit an application form with what you're working on, your paper, the research goal, and of course it will be funded, and yeah, it closes tomorrow. So not a good timing for this. And of course the HiPEAC Jobs portal, where we currently have 137 positions. You are free to go after the session and to just explore the portal. It has many good options for every kind of professional career level. This is just a quick statistics of the current skills that we have in our portal. Mostly companies are asking for people that know how to program in C++, MPI, Python, Linux, and well, we have, of course, many opportunities in any career level, from masters to already engineers or postdocs and PhD students. So please feel free to check and to explore the portal afterwards. As well, some of our partners, big names in the industry, known all around the world. And companies also are welcome to participate. The service is completely free for all users. So companies are just have to go there, just have to create an account on HiPEAC and publish the portal. It will be published also via our Twitter and your access platform and many other promotion channels that HiPEAC has. As well, for membership and academia, we welcome all of you to apply for HiPEAC and to be part of our community, because, well, as many people they are, the greater we can network and can help each other to grow. Also, for students, we want to welcome you to join our Mattermost community. We are getting started. We started in the summer with ACASES, but we will publish there all the available internships and all the career information that we have. So please, yeah, follow that link. Mattermost is kind of a Slack community, sort of. So yeah, feel free to apply as well. Thank you. Thank you for this. Also, feel free to follow us on Twitter and LinkedIn for the current informations and the latest updates on HiPEAC. Yeah, now I'll give the word to Jari from Tampere. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, António. I'll share my screen and okay, can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Okay, so hello everybody. I'm Jari Nurmi from Tampere University, and I'm going to briefly tell you about the PhD opportunities at Tampere University. So first of all, of course, Tampere is the best place to live and study in. So that's not only what we ourselves think, but that's also some other people's view. So Tampere is one of the oldest industrial cities in Finland and the second largest city, but it's still a compact city that has got really everything in a short distance. And Tampere has been voted multiple times as the most appealing place in Finland to move to. So that's the opinion of other people than those who already are in Tampere. And also students have voted the city to be the most student friendly. So that's quite nice and amazing. And we indeed do have some 40,000 higher education students in the city. So that's almost 1/5. So we have 230,000 people in Tampere in total. So Tampere University, it's now the second largest university in Finland, and there used to be 2 universities in the city, Tampere University of Technology and University of Tampere, but there was a fusion in the beginning of 2019. So these 2 universities that have been around for the past 50 years or so, they were merged, and now we have Tampere University, which has 3 campuses. So we have one in Hervanta suburb, that's for the technology part of the university. Then there's another one in Kauppi, which is for medicine and biotechnology. And then we have the city campus, which has all the rest, like humanities, business, languages. And that's not all. So also the university owns the majority of Tampere University of Applied Sciences. So if you have come across to the domain tuni.fi, that's Tampere Universities. So both this University of Applied Sciences and the university are using the same domain. But okay, I'm coming from one of the faculties. There are 7 faculties in the university. So the Faculty of Information Technology and Communication Sciences is my faculty. And it's already alone a multidisciplinary thing. So there are the units of electrical engineering where I'm sitting, and then there's computing sciences, but also languages and communication sciences, which means things like journalism and theater arts, media research, such things. So not communications engineering, which is part of electrical engineering. And this is by far the largest faculty of the university. So we take a big part of the activities. And for instance, we have currently 7 doctoral programs in this faculty, and of course many lower level programs for bachelor and master's level. And our own doctoral program is in computing and electrical engineering, so that covers what you saw in the previous slide, the units of electrical engineering and computing sciences. So there are different fields that are covered, starting from electrical energy engineering and ending up in software engineering, and having in between things like embedded systems and communications networks, signal processing, machine learning, computer engineering. And in each of these fields, there are several professors. So we have something like 50, 60 professors, including the tenure track positions in this doctoral program. So one crucial part of being a PhD student is to have funding for the research, and the major part of the students are funded by the supervisor's project. So there might be EU projects, then Academy of Finland project or Business Finland projects with companies and so on. Then there are some funded positions available in the faculty. So annually they give out about maybe 20 positions in the whole university, but within a faculty it's about maybe 10, 12 positions every year. And that's then covering the whole PhD study span. Then there are many foundations in Finland that give personal grants for PhD students. And the nice part of that is it's maybe not as high as the salary at the university positions, but it's tax-free, so that compensates that. And we also have a thing which is jointly funded positions with industry. So the industry and the university define topics together and provide funding together to a number of PhD students annually. So that's also an ongoing process throughout years. And then I have to mention some additional support. So it's not just the salaries, but then there are many places which can help also in funding the activities in doctoral studies and research. So we have, for instance, the National Doctoral Training Network, Delta, and some other doctoral training networks. So it's depending on the field. So for instance, the Delta is something where our students are typically, and it has nationally over 200 PhD students there and about 60, 70 supervisors who join forces there to give summer schools, workshops, etc. But also we can support conference trips or cover publishing costs from these doctoral training networks, but not any salaries. Then one thing already mentioned are the HiPEAC collaboration grants, which are very good for external collaboration. So our students have used these collaboration grants to have 3-month visits. So we have had students to go to Germany and Italy, especially with these grants. And then the foundations were meant so they also have small encouragement grants of a few thousands that can be a top up for your other funding or covering some costs of some research visits, or if you need to purchase something that is not budgeted at the university, or if you are working part-time, you can get somewhat supported with these small grants. And then mentioning about the projects, so we have one EU project that will start hiring very soon. So this is called Apropos. It's about approximate computing, and it's an innovative training network type of project that is coordinated by us in Tampere University, and it will start running beginning of next month. And then soon after that, we'll start hiring. So there will be 15 PhD student positions, each of them for 2 years. And I have to say that the salary is very competitive. So in Finland, it's really that the starting PhD student in the project will get a salary that is comparable to a starting postdoc. And in some countries, they say that the PhD students can earn more than their professor. And we have in the network, in this project, we have 14 European universities and companies who will be the employers for these 15 students. And on top of that, we have 12 companies who will host some cross-sectoral secondments. So the students will also have some experience on working in company if they are hired in a university and vice versa. And as this is coming from the mobility type of funding, Marie Sklodowska-Curie program, it's a requirement that we have the students coming cross-border when they are hired. So in Finland, we will hire students who are not residing in Finland, and the same for the other countries that are involved in the project. And in Finland, we have 2 positions in Tampere University. Then there's one in the company Wirepas, and also one at the University of Turku in southwestern Finland. And if you are interested, so follow this. So the application portal is expected to open in December. We will start next month, and then we'll set up everything for the recruitment. And the job contracts can be expected around next summer, practically taking into account maybe some visa issues and everything. So that's the realistic plan for that. And then there will be the 3 years span for the research and acquiring a PhD. And shortly about who are the people in Apropos. So we have these Finnish partners. We also have partners from Sweden, the Netherlands, Austria, also from Switzerland, a few from Italy, then also in the UK, Spain, France. And then, for instance, if a student in Italy wants to apply, so he or she can apply to any other place, but not to these Italian partners in this network. So all the others are available. And then I mentioned the associated partners, so there are many interesting companies there. So we have, for instance, the local company here in Tampere, Xavier, there's Ericsson, there's IS Wireless in Poland, Thales, Arduino, Xilinx, and so on. But there will be soon more information about these, the whole network and the job opportunities there. But a disclaimer that the domain does not work now, so if you go there, you can't find anything yet. Then there's also one possibility. So we also have remote self-funded PhD students. So you can become a PhD student also if you are not working at the university or not residing exactly there in Tampere. So we have many cases where people are working in the industry R&D, and the employer is supporting their PhD studies and research. also some people work in the industry and they are doing part-time research and studies aside. Then there are many who are working in research institutes. So we have students like in Fraunhofer, at VTT, at Finnish Geospatial Research Institute, and so on. Or people could work on personal grants, or even some self-funded students are there, so they are supported by the spouse or family or somebody, so that they can concentrate full-time or part-time on their studies. And also we, as mentioned, Fraunhofer is one of those, so we have students also in not only in Finland but also abroad. For instance, I have at the moment I have a couple of students in Germany at least, and in Czech Republic. So that's something that's also possible. But this doesn't mean that if you are not a funded student that you would have something lighter requirements. It's maybe the other way around. So you need to have anyway an excellent track record. You need to have the English certificate on a certain level that's required for all PhD students. And you need to take 40 credits of studies as part of the PhD. And the good part for everybody is that there is no tuition fee for the PhD students. So in short, so Tampere is a good place to take your PhD, so consider that. And also maybe you saw that the research in Tampere University is very networked, both nationally and internationally, and also with industry, both locally and European-wide. And we always welcome excellent PhD students. Thank you. That's all from me.
Thank you, Jari. I now give the word to Paulina from Robocoast.
Yes, thank you, Jari. And as we are running a bit out of time, we want to leave the most time for companies. I think it will be quite interesting. I am here with Pirita Ihamäki, who is the liaison manager for Robocoast and also head of gamification network. And I work for talent attraction and recruitment services in our area, especially in Satakunta. I have a short presentation, and you will get our presentations afterwards, so you can get all the interesting links and others from there as well. Yes, Robocoast is a digital innovation hub. Our headquarters are in Satakunta, so west of Finland. And I would like to say that if you are interested in opportunities which Jari mentioned, I think that you are also able to do them from our headquarters in Pori, because Tampere University also has a unit in here. So you can also do, I suppose, most of them also from here. We are a consortium. As I mentioned, our headquarters are in Pori, and we have Tampere University unit here as well in Pori, and we also have Satakunta University of Applied Sciences and their R&D center, RoboAI. We also have other R&D organizations and universities included, so those offer also good career opportunities. Of course, in terms of research, but also for our R&D or project career. We are a one-stop shop for digital transformation, and we offer companies access to testing and prototyping laboratories and also industrial living labs. Our recruitment, talent attraction, and training services are your road to career if you're interested in one in RD&I or industry or startup scene. Also, we are the heart of innovation and co-creation, and we bring companies competitiveness and added value. Our matchmaking and ecosystem services are a road to new international value chains and European Digital Innovation Hub networks. We have a lot of interesting recruitment opportunities. Last year we had over 1,800 positions in robotics, automation, ICT, game development, and mechatronics. These are in our area. If you think about the extended network, we have a lot more. If you're interested, check the HiPEAC open positions, of course, but you can also lead your CV to our talent. We have open positions at the moment. For example, Dyme Solutions, which will pitch soon, has open position at the moment for senior specialists, and also for game development, we have My Game, which is part of Game Coast network. Thanks. At this point, we will continue with Pirita soon, and I think the next speaker will be from Dyme Solutions, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Yes, Kai Vainio, please.
Yes, hi.
Again.
At least it's possible to have it now,
Great.
if you'd like to do so. All right. So hello to everyone. My name is Kai Vainio. I'm the CEO and founder of Dyme Solutions. I will open my presentation, just a sec. And again, please confirm someone that you can see this.
We can see it.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, it's a little picture from our development group, but let's see. So, as I said, our company is named Dyme Solutions. We like to pronounce it that way. So it's not like Dyme or anything. It's just Dyme, as Finnish pronounce it. Our company has been founded in 2014. We are located here in Pori, Satakunta area. We have 13 professionals at the moment, and the revenue is going to be around 1 million euros this year. We are 100% software development company, so we have written many lines of code. Myself and my co-founder, we are both we have graduated from Tampere University of Technology in 2008. We have master's degree on software engineering, and we went at school together. And once we graduated, we went to different companies to basically be a software engineer and write code. We did that until, I would say, 2012, and then we started talking that it would be nice to have an own company and maybe do these things our way, so to speak. So our job history from about me and my co-founder, we have both worked as we have started as software engineer, then we became senior software engineers, and after that I was a team leader, software architect, and so on. And my associate was he was a quality manager and senior software architect in one big company in Finland. So we have quite good perspective what it means to work as a software developer in different kind of companies, and we try to gather all the good parts from those companies and enable those good things and in our company. So that's how we decided that, yeah, let's establish an own company, and then that's how Dyme Solutions was established. At the moment, we have 13 software developers. We have most of the developers are senior level. They have over 7 years of experience The oldest one have over 15 years of experience from software engineering. So we have quite a, how to say, seasoned group of developers. But there's always room for newcomers, and I think we have a lot to offer in these areas. Here's some things listed about our company. So first, if we start from technologies, that's always interesting. At the moment, we are mainly focused on AWS, the Amazon Web Services, and native cloud development. So most of our projects rely heavily on AWS, and there you can do, of course, a lot of things. But at the moment, we are focused on serverless framework and working with that. We use Terraform to establish these environments. So we try to take the advantage of AWS as much as possible. Even though it doesn't mean that we write less code, no, but we can be more productive if we use those services efficiently. There are some projects also that utilize some microservices. So we operate on Docker and Kotlin if we do these, how to say, conventional backend services. But if we start a greenfield project, we start a project from scratch. We always start it with serverless unless we have some real specific reason not to. On the front end side, we use Flutter in mobile development. We have experience on native development, application development on iOS and Android. We have tried React Native, we have tried Native Script and so on, but at the moment, the silver bullet seems to be Flutter, and we really think we are the most efficient when we use Flutter in mobile development environment, and that's also quite flexible and it's continuously developing, so it's a good platform. On the website, there are these basic JavaScript frameworks, React, Angular, Aurelia. Maybe that's not the most common, but we use it. Our future focus is on machine learning and on artificial intelligence and how to utilize those in our current projects. AWS SageMaker or TensorFlow are good candidates for that, but to be honest, we are still like learning on that side, and I won't say that we are professional on machine learning or anything, but we are moving towards using those possibilities in our customer projects in the near future. So we are interested on people who have these capabilities or interest towards these technologies. The roles we have at the moment, we have software architects, solution architects, software specialists, software engineers, and in the future, due to these machine learning interests, we need data engineers or scientists. So if you take a look at the list, we are really looking for software specialists or software engineers. The architect, it depends. It's not always about your job history or anything, that how long have you worked it. I think it's more about personal characteristics. That would you like to be an architect or would you like to be a specialist? I think architects are more working with the customers and specialists are more working with the code and low level stuff. Some project examples on top level. We do this real-time data processing in cloud. So I have one reference example that I will show you briefly. There we collect a lot of data and process it real time and store it in the cloud. We are also working with an application on healthcare area. It's targeted to healthcare professionals and also consumers. That's a new project that we are actively working on it. We have a scoreboard platform for different sports. It's meant to calculate scores and show some kind of leaderboard or scoreboard depending on the sport. It's interesting domain to work with. We also work with chatbots and especially the backend part of chatbots, not the front end, but backend systems. Then we have this kind of event and hobby platform for cities and municipalities. It means that it's like a platform where you can store or your events or inform that you have some kind of hobby that you'd like to advertise or so on. That's a service that we offer to cities. Then we have one of our own products. It's called Nuorisopassi. It's a platform for young people which enables cities to provide benefits and some activities to young people through this platform. So, for example, they can offer free tickets to swimming hall or free tickets to some music course or dance course or whatever. They can use the platform for that. So these are really different kind of projects, but at the same time, they use a lot of these technologies that I listed, and the concepts are quite same in many of these projects. So we can take advantage of some knowledge in some area to another area or to another project. Our typical projects where there's not one, but we have shorter projects, 1 month to 3 months. That's always a good place to try something new. If you have a little project, it's easier to try a new technology in a small project than some huge project, and then you try to enable some really fancy new technology. It's not going to happen if you have this huge project. But with this short or smaller project, it's easier to take some new technologies and try them out. And of course, these long-term projects are so that we try to use those best practices from history and always take something new to these projects. Of course, we evaluate what we are going to use, but we always try to use something new. So we stay like relevant in this area. We have experience on newer technologies also, and we do like project work, which means project has start and project has end. So that what we call the project. Then we also do consulting, which is like it can be a short-term consulting case or a longer term. It really depends on the customer. And then we have our own product development, mostly related to this Nuorisopassi platform. We work on public sector with cities, with process industry at the moment, also a little bit with manufacturing industry also. On healthcare, we do consumer applications, which are like targeted to consumers. That they are not like business to business applications, and also sports. So that's our business domains, but we try like to think that we are business domain agnostic, so it really doesn't matter what the domain is. Software development and the code is pretty similar. It doesn't depend so much on the business domain. Below there are listed some technology logos because logos are nice. Yes, here's one of our reference and one of interesting business case. Company is called Honkajoki. It's Finland's leading processor of animal products, and what that means is that all the slaughterhouses that are making our food nowadays produces a lot of byproducts. There are a lot of blood and other stuff left out when those slaughterhouses make our food. So someone has to process all that byproducts, and in Finland there's only one place actually which does that, and it's Honkajoki. And how we are related to Honkajoki is that they are actually a process. They have a process line which collects all this byproduct and processes it, and they have different kind of end products that comes out from the other end of the production line. And the end product can be like raw material for biodiesel or for fish food or cosmetics or whatever. It can be really almost anything. I don't say anything, but there's a lot of products you can make out of these byproducts. And it's a big process. It has a lot of components, and what we do here is that we have built from scratch called Honkajoki Cloud, where we collect all this data that is coming out of these subsystems. For example, logistics are a very important part of this system, and we collect all the data from every car that is transporting these byproducts to Honkajoki, and then we process the data, we aggregate it in real time on a minute level, hour level, day level, week level, and so on. And then we present that data on this production monitoring dashboard and all other kind of reports that are customly made for their needs. So this is a really interesting project and not an easy one. You have to have certain skills to be able to work in this kind of environment, but it's also really rewarding because you can really challenge yourself, and there is a lot to do in this area. Yeah.
Hi.
Yes.
Yes, you were right on schedule. Then I was about to say that we are now on schedule, but this was the last slide, right?
Yeah. Sorry, Pauliina, your sound is it doesn't. I cannot hear you pretty well.
You can let me try again. I was about to ask that if this was your last slide, then it would be on schedule.
Sorry, could you still repeat? It's about the microphone or something.
I believe it was a timing issue. That are you on the last slide?
Yes, I'm on the last slide. Thank you. This was the last one. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't hear anything that Pauliina said, but yeah, this was the last slide, and yeah, please contact me directly through phone, or there's our website address and email address also. So at the moment we have an open position for software developer, either senior or architect or specialist. but we're really open-minded. We need a lot of development power at the moment. Yes, thank you. And if you have any questions, I don't know, Pauliina.
Let's see how this works with the mic. If the volume is, there's some problems. We have this Q&A function, and at least I think there is no questions at the moment. So maybe we can move on to next speaker then. And I suppose you are also available for questions later, and you're looking for the senior expert in your company, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Thank you. And next we have Ossi Borri from VireLabs, and we have about 10 minutes for you. So you're welcome.
Okay, thanks. That's fair enough. I thought you give me kind of 5 minutes, but I'm happy to have that. I think I can help you to get. Or I say I can get the schedule back online, but you can probably see my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks. So first, company basics. So located in Finland, founded about 10 years back. Net sales 1.2 million. But the point is that we actually 4 years back decided that we want to do something for ourselves. So half of the people is working for outside companies like Hatch and Rightware, Huawei, and half is working with our own product, Wirebox AI Gateway. We are owned by personnel, so I hope that the business is getting bigger. And we are specialized in AI and graphics technologies. And there is a background in our company about that. We had our startup back in the days, and we sold it. And after years, we noticed that we are now working for AMD and those huge companies, and decided that maybe we want to do something a bit smaller, more agile, and we decided to found the VireLabs. And because of our background in the mobile devices, we have our strengths lie in the understanding what's inside of the devices and also software together with it. So 4 years back, we decided that we want to do something where we get the rights and see our work results over time, and we can. So we decided that to find some product to be as a platform for these AI solutions, but didn't find any which were to be used. So we decided to do our own. So we have our own box. Here is the about 1.5 kilograms of aluminium, and it's designed by us, and also we put them together and put the parts together and deliver to our customers. And our business is that we want to make scalable products towards our partners, which are based on our Wirebox AI. And idea is that only 10% is client-based code, which we have to do, but the main part, all the DAL backend, which our clients are not happy to pay too much, that's something which we use from one project to another. Usually we attach, usually the solutions include, we have solutions with cameras or other measurements, and of course depends from case to another. So the edge computing is I think one of the key, and together with if there is something where the personal data can't be put on the cloud, for example, there are cases where the cloud is not usable because of the lag, or because it's so sensitive, the data. So we can keep the data in the device, so it's beneficial for privacy point of view. Usually we integrate the solution towards the process management, or I mean, if there is some industrial processes or some other devices, like it could be a tram, it could be a production line or something. So there's some integration work, usually what we have to do. And customers include, it's usually the big customers who are well known in the industry, who have some very specific problems. Usually we deliver, we say that this is kind of the missing piece in the puzzle, in that sense that there's some very nasty problem which disturbs our customers, and they want to they want us to solve that problem. If you think about workplace, and I see this as a, I mean, the last half year has been, of course, very surprising for many, but I would say that it hasn't been for us in that sense, that the remote work has been part of our work culture all the time, and we are, I mean, not just for locations, but mainly working from home at the moment, and we did that as well even before spring. Our headquarters is located in Pori, Finland, but we have also other office in Helsinki. But I think in Helsinki office, I visited that once in a while, but I think it's been not in use the last half a year. But projects go pretty well actually, and I think this would be the best year ever. These projects which we do, they are very important for our partners, so there has been no delays or some other problems with them. As there was this introduction from Tampere, I would say that actually last two recruits they came from University of Tampere, and they were this kind of eager straight from university. They have they are not coding just for work, but they capabilities, they have a wider, I mean, they code not for work, but also as a hobby, I would say, in that sense that they are very eager to learn new technologies and then solve the problems. But also, like myself, persons who have been around for a while are needed as well, because we have to help our partners on the go-to-market strategy and implementation of these new digital products. What type of people we are looking for? We need, as mentioned, as you see, our work culture has to be self-oriented in that you know that if you have a problem, you can always contact your colleagues, but in kind of minute by minute, there is nobody watching behind of your back that what you are doing. It's we don't care, are you coding it through the night or during the day. Actually, we had an idea that maybe a few hours a day, it would be nice that all the people are kind of online somewhere to exchange some ideas. Also the problem-solving capabilities. We usually the situations where we are, they are not straightaway solutions. So we have to put something up which includes hardware, software, putting them together, trying out, failing fast, hopefully, and usually we succeed even faster. And it's a kind of so it's very hard to say, is it some specific requirement, but definitely you need to be kind of open-minded and result-oriented mind. If there's people who was not in the previous presentation, just quickly so that like in the Tampere tram, they will have a new tram, and each tram will have our Wirebox who will calculate the passengers. So it's a passenger calculating system based on the video feeds on the trams. It's done by us, and we created for the Skoda Transtech, who sold it for Tampere Tram Company. Another case where we are getting data from the switches is the Smart Railway Gateway, which we are doing together with the VR Fleet Care. And I think there was a bit more, yes, some quality control based on the video feeds and MiPro, this juridical recorder where we get data, black box of the railway junctions. I think that's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Ossi. And Jari Nurmi from Tampere University could next present speakers from Tampere. Am I correct?
Yes, I can do that.
Yes.
Okay, so we should first have Wirepas presenting, so it will be Jouni Mikkonen from there. So Jouni, are you ready?
As always. Do you see the screen?
Yes, go ahead.
And I guess I can start the video as well. So maybe you see my face. So hello, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity to do a short pitch and introduction on our opportunities. First of all, sort of a bit of the background. So Wirepas is a company that lives by the slogan "Dare to Connect," or we are even thinking maybe one world, one mesh. So Wirepas is building a wireless connectivity software. So it's a licensed connectivity stack for massive IoT solutions. So basically our applications build, our customers build applications on top of our connectivity solutions, and they need to rely that our solution is scalable, reliable, and cost efficient. And it is actually, I don't know how many know Wirepas, but it is getting a lot of merits based on the technology, and people who have a problem that nobody else can solve come to us. And they come from many industries. So from lighting, if you have industrial lighting, we have a top leaders of the lighting as customer. And typically when you go beyond consumers, so they're industrial, a lot of lights, our technology can scale into that scope. In logistics, when you have a lot of goods to track, either containers like Maersk is tracking and thinking about, they have 20,000 containers per one vessel and plenty of goods inside vessels. So a lot of items to collect data. Our technology is the only one to scale in a reliable and in a cost-efficient way with battery-powered technologies. In industrial IoT 4.0, so we have a biggest names like Schaeffler, Sulzer, people collecting with our connectivity technology, the information, industrial condition monitoring information, how the machines are working. They build the application on top of our stack and then collect the information to actually operate and manage machines, rotating manage machines in use. The biggest installation, a single installation, is done with smart meters. So instead of using GSM data or cellular data to collect data, mesh is used to gather data in Oslo, so in Norway, but in Oslo in particular, the biggest installation is 700,000 nodes in one mesh network to collect data. To give a perspective where we are, even though we are not that well known in consumer domain, but we have a high number of industrial customers already today. Next slide. Okay, so where we are today is we are headquartered in Tampere. We are in Hervanta near Technical University. We have in company roughly 60 persons at the moment, where 35 is in R&D. Tampere is a main site, but we are also based in Grenoble, France. So those are the two main locations, and then we have some remote people here and there. But typically, I mean, nowadays the new normal is that people either work in the office or remotely, depending on their situation, and both modes are nowadays fully supported. If I simply say that the work actually, as we are in Tampere, is the reason is Tampere University of Technology, where this whole mesh research was started maybe 14 years ago, I would say, and originally the company was built 10 years ago. So last summer, I mean, these are the pictures from our summer event, both in Grenoble and Tampere. So you see a bit of our team, but basically we've gone from research to prove the business with the customers, what I said. So we are working on a Wirepas specific stack. And last summer, marking our 10-year anniversary, we also succeeded to standardize our stack. So it's not only Wirepas only, but to gain wider acceptance, we have contributed our stack to run on top of the DECT physical layer. So we have a global frequency band now available, dedicated for DECT use, and a Wirepas stack is contributed to that. So that is a strategic advantage that none of the other IoT protocols have. And we are also working on getting this as a part of 5G. So because of this strategic success with customers and standardization domain, we are right now working on growing, and that's where the new positions come. And if I go into a bit more detail, if you look at this offering, I mean, typically we work with the cloud. I mean, we have a bit of the cloud guys. We gather all the data from the mesh network through Wirepas mesh protocol, through the gateway to the cloud, and we work in AWS cloud. So we have people working with AWS components. We have people working in GitHub domain to make reference implementations to ease up customer adoption and getting stuff to the cloud. And then the core technology and patents and intellectual property value is in this software, which is a protocol stack that is a distributed intelligence to make a sort of what we call collaborative mesh, or mesh that is self-organizing, self-healing, and self-routing the data. And basically what we've been implementing that is so far on our own scheduler. So we have own SDK, own real-time scheduler, and we're also looking real-time operating systems where we can run our stack, as of course these are coming strongly into play now that the chipsets are going forward and security is becoming more important part of the whole IoT offering as well. But basically, this is the part where we are looking, and the key position that is open is software developer that would understand protocol development. It is a quite complex environment, I admit, but if you're up for the challenge, we have highly talented guys who know inside out. We are looking at younger people to join the team, or newcomers to take away the load from the development of a couple of key guys who've been developing the stack. And basically, we expect that you have some understanding of real-time environments, either on FreeRTOS, Zephyr, Micrium operating system, or generally we run that as a sort of binary stack without any operating system with our own scheduler. It's coded with C. Then, of course, we have some of the surroundings, test systems, etc., where we use Python and Jenkins. We work with the basic Atlassian tools to develop the code. And if you feel you are up for the challenge, I mean, we have here the link where our positions are open. You can also take a look at more besides the sort of fixed pictures. How is our team looking like when we went bit of the outing now during Corona times? And we had a hike, so you see more of the team in action. But we are by far not limited to this position, but this is, I think, the key core value, that we have this mesh protocol stack developer or anything around that. I mean, I tried to flag where we work. So also open applications are taken and considered as, like I said, intent is next to grow more in this area significantly as we are succeeding in standardization and getting strategic investments into company to grow. But that's in short what I had in mind. So let's connect. Please use this link and supply applications if you get interested. Any questions?
Okay, thank you, Jouni. We don't seem to have questions now. We can also handle them later if there will be any. So I think we just move on. So we will have another Jouni. Jouni Peltonen from Fastems is the next one. So please, the stage is yours.
Okay, hello everybody. Can you hear me and see me?
Yes.
So I'm sharing. Thanks for the opportunity. I guess you are able to see the slide now.
Yes.
Yeah, so hello everybody. Jouni Peltonen from Fastems, leading the software development here. So what is Fastems? We work in the with the metalworking manufacturers for improving the productivity and profitability. Basically, we provide automation software and services and systems to them to enable the factories and the machines run without any manual attention as effectively as possible. That's what this 8760 from our logo or from our company logo comes from. In that many hours in a year we can run your factories. So we are established in 1901, so quite an old company, of course, no software yet then, but first systems in 1990s and constantly developing those. We have more than 4,000 systems installed with several hundreds of customers, thousands of customers, and basically we operate globally everywhere. We have sales offices shown here in the map. And what we then do on the software side, so we have three main hubs in Finland, in Tampere, of course, now most of the people working remotely, then in Germany and US. We are currently a little bit over 150 and looking for different type of positions, starting from product owner type of role, which we call delivery owner, basically being responsible for the software delivery side, starting from requirements. Then called full stack developers, technologies listed here. Then working with the PLC control and interfaces, and then robotics. We integrate all of these systems together with our manufacturing management software, which then schedules, operates all of these different machines and systems in the factories. We are working in an agile development way, especially with the Scrum teams. We have different development teams working on these areas. And what is also unique in our scenario is that there's always this system runs in the factory on the site. We are also have introduced certain new digital services which enhances these experiences. So we are also running things on the cloud, not mentioned here, but we're using Azure Cloud, for example, to provide more services to our customers on top of the existing systems on the site, and also based on the data provided from those systems. So in those areas, there's also a lot of new opportunities to develop new digital services with us, and then strengthen our overall system landscape. And one thing we do, we visit a lot of our customers. Of course, nowadays it's a little bit more challenging, but we do that still a lot virtually, and we also do a lot of remote operations and commissioning of systems also remotely. So that is something that during these times has developed very quickly and been able to do more things remotely, even though systems are running within factory. So any questions or further information requested to contact me or visit our website, fastems.com. Thank you from my side.
Okay, thank you, Jouni. So for the moment, we don't seem to have any questions, so we might as well move on. So if you have any questions, you can have them in the questions and answers part, and they can be answered offline as well. And then the next one is then Marco Elo from CrossControl. So Marco, are you ready?
Hello, yes, I'm ready.
Okay,
So
we
you
see
my
your
slide.
Yeah, we see.
Okay, do you see the full slide?
There is the frame and thumbnail also.
Okay, okay, doesn't matter. You can see it anyway. So CrossControl. So we make control systems for mobile industrial vehicles. Hopefully you attended the session earlier today, conducted by my colleague Fredrik Wallström. And so in Finland, we are a small company. We have a software team of 15 people located in Tampere, and our parent company is in Sweden. And first and foremost, we are a product company. We build our own hardware in the factory in Alfta in Sweden. And the hardware design is also concentrated in Sweden. So my slide here is this time it's concentrating on the software competencies that we are utilizing mostly in Finland. And looking at our stuff here, so we have 3 profiles, and roughly half of our team is developing in our own product development projects, and the rest of the team is in customer projects writing software applications. If we go from top here, so the profile for embedded software is one of our key things in the product platform, and actually there we have an open position right now. You can find the job ad on our company website. So we are interested in embedded Linux knowledge, preferably with the ARM architecture experience. At the moment we are developing on the IMX8 NX processor, or SoC architecture actually. And regarding that environment, I have listed there a few tools and competencies that might be relevant. We are not expecting everybody to know all of them, but it would be good to have some entry point for you to join the company. So the current Linux environment is built with the Yocto project of Linux. So we are maintaining that on over a number of products and also over a number of processor architectures. We have IMX5 and IMX6 in production at the moment, and we are delivering maintenance packages for those as well. And for IMX8, we have the first product just out, CC Pilot V700, one of our display computers, and there are more to come. Then looking at the middle box, so SDK is one of our competence areas and one of our competing factors that we provide with the components that we are selling. So we have our own software platform that is freely and openly available for software developers to work on. So we are also using that in customer projects, but we have a good number of partners that are using that too, and also customers are using the SDK, and their partners are doing that. So it's available with our products, and anybody can create an account to our extranet to get some more access to the binaries and further documentation on the intrinsics of that environment. So within this SDK area, we are interested in Qt, QML knowledge, wireless systems. AI/ML is one of the growing things, and ISOBus is one specific protocol for the agri segment where we are developing framework. Then on the application layer, some of the same competencies still stand, but also much about the onboard systems based on CAN systems, CAN protocols, can open J1939. They're one of the key things when controlling the machine organs and reading the data from there. Codesys is maybe in our industry a little bit declining technology, but we are still supporting that, and it's integrated in our SDK and the runtime environment. And the application sector, we work mostly with the Linux environment, but we also have some customers who are using Windows on our Intel-based display platforms. So this is in short our team roster in Finland, and if we look beyond that to Sweden, we of course have functions like product management, hardware architecture, and production engineering, which are also relevant there. And looking at our staff profile, we have recruited, of course, quite many students or new graduates from Tampere University. We have arranged master's thesis and also bachelor thesis projects for them. And so my main concern at the moment is to find an embedded software developer, so applicants are highly welcome in that competence. Questions, please.
Okay, if there are any questions, so we have time for one or two. And if not, I think that will be also taken care of by the wrap-up part of the session that will be handled by Pirita and Pauliina from Robocoast, so they will do that. Before handing over to the ladies, I remind you that in about half an hour there will be a nice session on university research in Tampere that I will be chairing. So at some point I will sneak out from this session and go and prepare the next one. But Pauliina and Pirita, you can take the floor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And is it so that you have to, we can put from Jari, for Jari's session and presentation, if our students and experts want to participate, do we have to beforehand register to the event, right? If somebody hasn't noticed, they can now also register to Jari's event if I'm not wrong. Is it so?
Yeah, I think so.
Link. Right, perfect. But maybe then we would also, it would be great to have also the, let's say, we try to wrap up, so Jari will have time to go to his session and hopefully a lot of you will also have time. I already presented Pirita Ihamäki from our team, and maybe we also have online Juha-Pekka Ahonen, who is also part of Robocoast and active in HiPEAC as well. So thank you for the presentations, and I will share just a second. And maybe if somebody can now confirm, can you see our slides there?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay, great. Yes, idea is that if you can go to www.med.com and there's a code number 9890523 and you put it there, and then you can answer what are the game-changing technologies and competencies needed in companies. If you can answer for that, then we can get the answer from you, and then we can show it you what kind of ideas you have. Is especially presentation about earlier. And do you have the same mind as companies have, or do you have some kind of other ideas? What is the game-changing technologies? What you might have in your mind? Yes.
Paulina, we cannot hear you well.
We are losing you.
You don't hear us?
Now, yes. But probably it's this general microphone that it's not enabling your voice to be well heard by everyone.
Okay.
So now I guess you should move a bit closer to the microphone, and
okay.
It work better.
It says the audio. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, now better.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay, so the idea is that what are the game-changing technologies and competencies in companies? What you think about it, and especially this, if you think about the presenting companies, what do you think about is most important game-changing technologies, and you can answer for those. And just to now.
Sorry, Paulina. Your voice is cutting. We can't hear you. We are unable to hear you.
I will use that. Yes, maybe. Yeah, but now it's coming. Yeah.
Yes, maybe try to, when speaking, try to get close to the computer. Maybe.
Yes. Yes. This is the idea from you, the game-changing technology. Do you see some other things also in your mind? There's a lot of AI, a few times ML, R, cloud architectures, embedded system, AR, rapid assist development and integration, yes. Linux, yes, embedded. Yes. We can now ask. Yeah, yes. slowly. Can we, if somebody else's audio is working, maybe ask from Hi, for example, if you are able to see those comments, what are the game-changing technologies? Do you want to comment from Dyme Solutions side? What are the most interesting competencies and technologies from your company perspective? If you want my answer, then you can.
Yeah. Yes.
And I will share the screen.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. I wrote the machine learning part and the cloud architecture, and of course the software engineering also from our perspective. It's just so important as to have good basic skills on software engineering. The language doesn't matter, but the concepts, they have to be like diamond sharp. You know what I mean? If you understand the basic concept in software engineering, no matter what the language is, you will always thrive in these projects. Just the basics are important. That's what I think. And cloud architecture is it's a newcomer, so building software in cloud, it's more like connecting pieces together, but it's not just that. It's easy to go to the rabbit hole and connect everything and then find yourself building a huge system to solve a simple problem. So that's also one. There's a very good documentation on these cloud providers. So I advise to study those and understand the concepts well. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you have other comments from other participants? How about the companies or HiPEAC?
So I might add.
Yes.
I might add some comments. So previous year and some years ago, we have made some study based on the job positions that were posted in our portal to check which were actually those most requested competences and skills. And well, we made this whole study, and well, the matter of fact is that we got like, all these HPC terms, embedded systems. So one of the first findings was the fact that it's what Kai was commenting, that it's not that much about the language itself or the technology itself, but the set of concepts around a technology. So it's like HPC as a whole or embedded systems as a whole, and to have people that is able to understand all the systems as a whole, and then the tool and the technologies that they are using, they will learn eventually. And that's normally what is taught in the universities, like just C++ or all these languages are just technologies that are the medium to do some job done or to get stuff done. But what's important at the end of the day is to get the whole systems and to get the higher level of knowledge in these other concepts. By the way, that study was also published in a HiPEAC Info magazine, and we can also share with all you. So we'll be very happy.
Thank you. That sounds that I think that what customer wants, that is the most important, that you understand the concept. And after that, you use the technological side. Technology is fit for this customer concept. Yes. Yes. And then we have a next questions if you see it. What is your dream career or positive, what you want maybe in the future or even now in this situation? And you can answer also this part. There's the screen. Come there. Okay. Okay, there's coming. Wow, nice. Research is coming, programmer, full stack. Research is community startups, also HPC, human. Oh. I forgot about how is the pronounce in English. Okay, but there are the researchers, but there's a lot of yeah, but mostly in research sites. Yes, it's interesting about it that people are really interesting about, and there's a lot of areas to research also, and all the time it's changing, and you all the time you have to know the new technological size. Of course, research is never end. That's also interesting. Also, yeah. Okay. Yes. We already heard Dyme's comments. How about, let's check. You can hear my voice at least a little. Let's check here. Do we still have companies here, or are they already getting ready for Jari's presentation? Feel free to comment. I will share again. Also from HiPEAC side, you can comment as well. I will share the screen so you will know the answer. Oh, there's an innovation leader also. That sounds good. And CEO, yeah, tech lead, yes. There's a lot of things. Interesting also. Would you like to comment from HiPEAC side?
So we are not hearing you well.
Xavier, how do these sound from HiPEAC side? Are these like positions which you have open, or what do you think if you would forecast the future careers? What ideas do you have for these? And do you see this my screen now for career and position ideas?
So I see there's potential matching between the interest of the students or the participants with the offerings we have, or the offerings that we have. So from something that it stands to my eye here, that there's a combination between technical profiles and like a bit more managerial or transversal profiles. Like you can see like engineering, HPC researcher, like very technical, but also you have like CEO or innovation leader, which I think this is nice to see it, because then a community should be aiming for having this kind of diverse roles in order to be complete and to be able to produce and to also fulfill and cover also the company's expectations. So even with this small subset of what we have here, it's quite nice to see this panel.
Thank you. Do you want to, Xavier, answer the question which was in the Q&A part? Which technology skill might be most useful in the future? Or also the other participants can answer. This was from the Q&A function.
Maybe I can help.
Yes, please.
To derive this answer. I mean, this is really a difficult answer to say because technology is evolving a lot. So in general, I have the feeling that on top of the technology skill that it's going to be important, what's most important is the soft skill that each of us must have, that is to be able to keep on learning and to adapt to the changing situations that we will need to face, because at the end of the day, well, the world is evolving super fast. It happen many things that that really we need to adapt, and the most important skills on top of the technical skill at all that will help us is this ability to adapt ourselves and to learn and to be able to be there. I mean, it's on the technical side, it would be as easy as say yes, artificial intelligence, HPC, everything, big data. Yeah, these are the buzzwords that we are having now, and probably in the future, in the next 5 years, we'll keep on following these waves. But just don't forget all these soft skills, and, these others. But probably on the technical side, the companies might have some view as well they want to address.
Yes, that sounds good. And I think that also, like as you mentioned about technological things, of course, we don't know the future, but sometimes you can guess about something, what is coming up and those kind of things. But most of things that we make solution for technical solution in the future also, they are important and big. We have like very big issues about like this corona things, and we needed technological things also. We need supercomputer, we needed this kind of things that happen to help us to maybe even when we might even make solution because of technological things of this sickness in corona situation and those kind of things. That's why it's important to know. Yes, but I think that this is our part, and we will be happy about to be in this seminar, and we listen very nicely and very interesting about speech about the companies, and they also have a lot of opportunities, and I hope that everybody is now sending emails, a lot of companies, and looking after those opportunities, and we might see you in again, maybe in Robocoast and in Pori area or somewhere else. Thank you about this.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So to close the session, I want to thank everyone, every speaker, people from Robocoast, from Tampere, Jari as well, all of the students that were here, and as well to leave a message to explore HiPEAC. Go ahead, go to the websites. You can also search for more information about the companies. Feel free to use our services, as I said, internships, mobility, and the jobs portal. And the last message as well to all the companies that were here. Also welcome you to the HiPEAC, and feel free to use our service. To everyone, thank you. I hope that you like the session. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.